Next, Sri PV Midhun Reddy ji.
Thank you, sir. And first of all, I would like to congratulate Sri Nirmala Sitaramji, Karadji, and the whole finance team for having put up a good effort post-COVID also and during COVID also, sir. This is evident from the fact that the tax buoyancy has improved and the GST collections have gone up substantially. So I think they need a good appreciation for this. Our party appreciates their effort in the country's perspective, sir. Before I go into the national perspective, I would like to talk about the state issues because of the paucity of time. Sir, the first and foremost thing, sir, what was promised to us during bifurcation of the state is Polavaram project. There's huge confusion, sir, for Polavaram project. We have asked hundreds of times. It was clearly written in AP Reorganization Act that Polavaram project will be completed in total and be handed over to the state, sir. And the state had already spent money on that, which was supposed to be taken up as equity. But every day, sir, every day there is some issue or the other, and there's some litigation which is coming up from, say, if it is not from Jal Shakti, it is from Finance Department. This is not fair. Polavaram project is a national project and was promised to us saying that it will be completed in time. So central government should support us heartfully, sir. We don't need a half-hearted support in this aspect. And I would also like to bring to the notice of the government that Visakhapatnam steel plant is very important. It's something to do with the sentiment of the state. It is not a loss-making venture. This year, we are definitely sure that Visakhapatnam steel plant will make good profits, sir. I've heard like in the replies they're saying that we are going to sell loss-making unit, but there's just 6 or 7 days left for this March month to complete. And I want the ministry also to take a note of this, sir. Because it's going to be profitable, and even the years to come, steel industry is looking very bright, and it's going to be in profits. We request the government to think of improving Visakhapatnam steel plant by allotting captive mines. And sir, I would like to point out that when BSNL is a loss-making thing, the government should think of privatizing BSNL or things like that, which is going to make a loss, but not Visakhapatnam steel plant. And we have seen, sir, recently, there have been a lot of students who have returned from Ukraine. The thing is that we are not able to provide them medical education in the country, sir. A lot of people are going there because they're getting cheap education. And the standard is also not bad, sir, what they're providing Ukraine or Philippines. So the state government has taken up a very good initiative. Our Honorable Chief Minister has taken up a very good initiative. He is setting up 13 new medical colleges, sir. They are in various stages of progress. So I request the government to come forward, sir, because there should be a long-term solution. Our students can't go for education outside. We are talking of Atmanirbhar Bharat. But where is Atmanirbhar Bharat in education? Why should our students go out when we have very good teachers, when we have very good staff here? So I request the central government to support these medical colleges in the interest of the nation. And I would also request the government to support for our fishing harbors and the ports, sir. The government will not be at a loss because whatever we transport through these fishing harbors in the small vessels throughout the country, we can transport them. So there are thousands and thousands of trucks which go from Andhra Pradesh, be it fisheries or fisheries product, fish or rice or any other agri products. A lot of things get transported from Andhra Pradesh. But if we make use of these 9 fishing harbors which AP is doing, and these ports, new ports which AP is developing, I think a new ecosystem will develop, sir. And the government will get back their revenues in the form of GST. The government should, I request the central government to support these fishing harbors and these ports, sir, because ultimately they are also going to enjoy the revenues and enjoy the tax collections from these ports, and the money will be recovered in a very short span. It makes very good business sense for the central government also, and it will be useful for the public also, sir. So I request the government to support these ports and fishing harbors, and the dues for AP Civil Supplies Corporation, sir. Right from 2013-14, it is the money which has to be reimbursed for the state. More than 1,700 crores is pending. We request the central government to come out with all the things, because CAG is already ratified and we are eligible for the reimbursement. So they should immediately do this. And first and foremost thing in the BJP manifesto in 2014 when they went for the elections was a special category status. We were given unviable finances after our state was split. We have the most unviable finances in the country, sir. So we demand special category status. We want the government to keep up its word. And it is not a request, sir. What we have promised, what was promised on the floor is this house. We are demanding a special category status. And even the revenue deficit grant also has not been completely reimbursed. And I have raised issues regarding mango farmers during the discussion, even in the Commerce Ministry. So I would like to bring to the notice of the government, sir. I would like the attention of the Honorable Minister, sir. Sir, there is a discrepancy for mango pulp and mango puree, sir, where GST is being charged at 18% instead of 12%. So it is different, sir. There are farmers in Gujarat, there are farmers in Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh who are dependent on mango. There are people there in Maharashtra, throughout the country, sir. Each state is interpreting in a different way, and now people are being asked to pay retrospective at 18%. So it's going to hit the poor farmers and it's going to kill the industry, sir. This is not a good move. So I request the government to inform the concerned authorities. We will submit a representation of the same also, sir. The farmers should be protected. And the tax slab should be at 12%. I will tell you why, sir, because this is just an intermediate process. There is no loss to the government because it is not the final product what they are going to sell it. And there are various other issues also for the farmers, sir. For example, if you are transporting fish with ice, there is no GST. But if you transport cut fruit in ice, adding some salt as preservative, they are charging 5% GST. So this is not fair. So I request the government to sit with the Food Process Association, with the Farmer Association, and sort out all these glitches which is there, because it is something to do with lives of lakhs and lakhs of farmers, sir. Please take this at topmost priority and sort this issue, sir. Sir, I like to proudly tell that all 40,000 government schools in our state are being renovated in Nadu Nedu, sir. They are on par with corporate schools, and the gross enrollment ratio is going up. And I've been asked for recommendation letters for admission into my constituency government schools, sir. They're putting up no admission, there are no admission boards for these schools, sir. So such is the thing effort our CM is putting in terms of schools. So I would like the central government to support for this program, this novel program, where all the schools are being renovated and all the poor people get a fair chance to get a very good education. So even the other states have announced, sir. Even the UP has announced, Telangana has announced similar lines, what AP is doing. So I request the central government to support this scheme, sir. Without education, the country will not move in the proper education, will not move in the right direction. So, and coming to the other issues, sir, issues where payment is pending from central government, sir. There will be, people are being asked to pay advanced GST even before the realization of the payments. Sir. Last time I raised this and they said it's a prerogative of the GST Council. The Honorable Finance Minister, being head of the GST Council, should initiate this and see that without realization of the payment, when people are in stress and government is trying to come up with incentives and support, that too when government is not paying the people, how can GST be collected in advance? So there should be proper justice in this. Only upon the actual realization of the payment, GST should be collected in such cases. I want the Honorable Minister to propose this also. And, sir, in the national perspective, you see the current tax threshold is 2.5 lakhs. It is fixed at 2014. But the inflation has increased a lot, so the poor people will not be benefited. The threshold limit should be indexed to inflation so that the benefit will be there for the basic slab, the bottommost slab, where we don't need to pay the income tax. And all the slabs also need to be rationalized. There are various slabs and it is confusing for the people. And in terms of this faceless assessment and other things, sir, the proposed substitution of section 144B that deals with the procedures around faceless assessment, which was introduced just the previous year, has been amended, sir. And there have been 150 amendments, which is not good, sir. There should be some clarity. There's a lot of confusion. Such huge amendments is not good for the thing. And, sir, important thing I would like to bring to the notice of the Honorable Minister also is that the decreasing interest rates for various savings schemes, sir. Recently we have seen PF deposits was slashed for 2021-22 from 8.5 to 8.1, sir. After COVID and during the COVID, people have spent a lot of money, sir. Poor people, directly, indirectly, they spent a lot of their money. They lost their lifetime savings. So I think even the small changes will make a big difference for the poor people. I think the government should step in and come forward and see that it is not reduced. And there are reports that the interest rate on small savings, other small savings schemes might also be lowered, sir, which is not good. So we want the government to intervene and see that the interests don't come down on the savings of poor people. And the one good thing that the government has done by amending section 115 BBH of the IT Act, they have put tax on cryptocurrency, which is good. Without banning that cryptocurrency, they have put tax. It's a good move. But retrospective tax on anything, even be it cryptocurrency or anything, is not good. So the retrospective tax must be rethought. And relief to startups and manufacturing companies, sir. If you see, the government is continuing the 7% concessional tax rate for till March 24, which is a welcome move. And additionally, even they are doing incentives for startups before March 23, which is also a welcome thing. Sir, we want proper utilization of the Startup India scheme, where only 37.46% of the funds was used and only a meager 50 crores has been allotted. This is a very good scheme for encouraging entrepreneurs. So I think the government should make sure that more people get benefited of the scheme and remove the glitches, because we are not even able to spend what was allotted, and very small amount has been allotted, only 50 crores, 2 minutes. Sir, if you see the most important thing, sir, we are talking of a cooperative federalism and Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. But if you see the total gross tax revenue collected is 27.5 trillion, sir. In that, the states are getting only 8.1 trillion. And if you see what the Finance Committee has recommended, they have recommended 41%, sir. But actually, if you see, there is 18% surcharges and cesses which is being doing, and states are getting only 29%, which is not fair, sir. So government should, in the true spirit of cooperative federalism, they should help the states. It is the government is, central government is saying Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Now it is like Sabka Saath, Center Ka Vikas, sir. It should be, states also should be treated fairly. They should get their funds. And in the end, sir, I would like to again reiterate that AP Reorganization Act, lot of issues have been pending in the AP Reorganization Act. I want the central government to, central ministers and central government to step forward and sort out the issues for Andhra Pradesh. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Shri Pinaki Mishra ji.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, sir.